Hey, Crystal Maiden here, and we're going to be showing off some of the extra stuff that this game has to offer. It's really not that interesting though. You basically got a time attack there. Like, you can go to any zone you want. I don't really know what the difference between time trial and advance is. Dual Room is basically the multiplayer mode. And the only way that you can play multiplayer in this game is to somehow find somebody else with an SNK Neo Geo Pocket Color with this game in it, and that's the only way that you can play multiplayer. And when you finally do that, you can play as Tail, who is only normally playable in the game through hacking. But the lame thing about Tails in Sonic Pocket Adventure is that he can't fly. He's the Sonic clone. Like, guys, that's a step backwards. And the really annoying thing is, why are all these different puzzle pieces from very clearly different puzzles, why are they all on the same screen? Each colored puzzle should be restricted to its own screen. I'm not really sure if I can get out of dual screen once I get out of it. I think I showed off that Sonic didn't have blue arms on the advanced screen there, but I don't know, maybe I'm not showing off the North American version of the game. Maybe it's the European English version. I don't know. Like, I'll show off at the end of this video just how expensive it is to get this game legitimately, because the SNK Neo Geo Pocket Color is pretty rare. I mean, the game itself isn't all that expensive. So basically what you need to do for this boss fight is dash into the missiles to reflect them back at Eggman. But the annoying thing is that when you dash into them, they don't home in on Eggman. So it's very easy to feel cheated out of a hit because you dash into them, but they miss because the mecha didn't happen to be right in front of the missile when you knocked it back at him. They play Sky Sanctuary Zone's theme here. And a lot of people say it's unfitting for an epic final boss battle. I mean, it's triumphant. It's triumphant, I guess, and it has a mystical feeling to it because it's got a Sanctuary theme. And that also sort of fits because Sonic gone super with the power of the Chaos Emeralds, which are mystical. I mean, it's a lot better than the awful Doomsday Zone theme from Sonic and Knuckles. Like, I do not like that theme at all. But yeah, this boss fight kind of drags on. At least you don't have a really long waiting section where you have to do nothing but collect rings and dodge asteroids and you can't actually attack the boss. Here, it doesn't seem like there's any time where you can't try to attack the boss, which is good. I always hate it when Sonic boss fights are just about making you wait for your opportunity to attack while dodging. Like, that is the most slow-paced way to deal with a boss fight ever. What is it with the later Sonic games and having slow-paced boss fights? I mean, slow-paced by itself is a bad thing, unless it's enjoyable enough to make up for it. Like, I don't mind when Sonic games are slow, as long as it's still fun. As long as it's not just hold right and press the A button. But yeah, I feel like I think this is the best 2D Supersonic boss fight in the franchise. But that's not saying much because Supersonic sections always suck. Obviously you gotta keep collecting rings because if you run out of rings then you die. And this is one of the many 2D Sonic games where getting all the Chaos Emeralds doesn't let you play as Supersonic in the actual levels. Even though that was the real reason why everyone wanted to get all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 3 in the first place. Because we loved blasting through the levels as Hypersonic. We loved doing that cool air dash and that screen nuke move. I love how Eggman is begging for mercy in here, and Sonic isn't having any of that shit. He just knocks him down. I wish he did that in Unleashed, instead of just going, oh, maybe if you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys. And then because he was just standing there like a doofus, Eggman trapped him. But yeah, this is... It is pretty lame that most 2D Sonic games don't let you play Super Sonic in the actual levels for some reason. I mean, this game is very clearly an 8-bit game that's capable of having Super Sonic in the game. So I don't know what's so technologically difficult about having the Game Gear games have Sonic turn golden and turn invincible, which you can already do in the actual games. Just have the effective invincibility power-up, and have the ring counter constantly going down. I don't think the Game Gear games are incapable of that. They just decide not to do it. I mean, maybe they just thought it was too broken going through levels of Super Sonic? I don't know. Here's how much an SNK Neo Geo Pocket Color costs. And here's how much buying a copy of this game costs. Now, it's not as ridiculous as buying Knuckles Chaotix legitimately, but still. Plus, it's kind of pointless since I already have it on an emulator anyways. I'd like to buy it, but it's not like I'd be able to actually send money to Sega anyways. I can only buy it used or buy it new for an extremely large price, so not entirely worth it. But the next LP after this is going to be Sonic Adventure 2. Not entirely looking forward to that game, despite the fact that it was actually my first Sonic game ever. But unfortunately, going back to it for my written review, I noticed that it has a lot of problems to it, and in the end, it just doesn't measure up to the fun enjoyment of SA1. But I'll try to stay positive about it, and there are fun parts in the game that I really appreciate. And the story is fantastic. Not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. So I'll see you then for one of the best stories in Sonic history.